Yo guys, Mike for SimRacing604 and welcome back to Assetto Corsa. Today I'm featuring the Scuderia Glickenhaus SCG007 mod from United Racing Design. This mod is about 10 months old, so why am I featuring it now? Well, I asked you in the comments of a previous video where I counted down my favorite new cars of 2022 to tell me your favorite new sim racing cars of the year, and many of you mentioned this mod, but for whatever reason it just never made it onto my radar. This car appeared on best of lists from other channels as well, so I figured it was time I reviewed it. And perhaps my top 5 best new sim racing cars of 2022 will become 6 today. So what is this car? Well, it's a Le Mans hypercar. This class of WEC race car became the top level of endurance race car recently after LMP1 was removed, and the roster is slowly filling out. Scuderia Glickenhaus didn't have much success at Le Mans when it raced this car, but as I like to say, real-world successes and failures don't matter much in sim racing, as we just get to enjoy the cars for what they were meant to be. And this car, like most race cars, was meant to be a true track weapon. Its 3.5-liter twin-turbo V8 engine mounted behind the driver belts out about 650 horsepower, and the vehicle weighs just over 1,000 kilograms. As you can see from looking at it, the overall styling appears almost as a callback to the likes of endurance cars like the Porsche 917 with its overall taper, as opposed to Toyota's much more modern LMP1 inspired design. Unlike the outgoing LMP1 class, this is not a hybrid drivetrain, so the performance is a noticeable step down from the times we've seen in recent years. Scuderia Glickenhaus actually got on board with this mod, hence the reason the name is official and not a fictional naming scheme. I take official mods with a grain of salt, since we've seen great ones like the Ferrari 488 GT3 Evo, but we've also seen bad ones like the Brabham BT62 and confusing ones, frankly, like the non-BOP'd KTM. But at the end of the day, it's always nice to have more mods, especially when it represents one of the fastest race cars currently competing. So time now to get this monster out on track at Mugello for some testing. Alright, so here we are, just before sunset. You can see my blinkers lighting up this pit lane. Got some interesting graphics settings going on in Assetto Corsa apparently. But away we go in the Scuderia Glickenhaus. And we'll just take it easy for a lap or two. Get some confidence, get some heat in the tires and brakes before we really start pushing. Some consistent heat, I should say. Get the car a little bit more predictable. I have done some installation laps with this Scuderia Glickenhaus, and I would say it feels pretty neutral handling. I'm not detecting much oversteer or understeer. If anything, there's a bit of understeer, and I find that's just because I push the car so hard. It takes a lot. You can definitely feel the aerodynamics pushing the car into the ground. It gets really heavy through corners like this. Right now I'm off pace, just trying to, as I say, build up heat. But once we start pushing, you'll see that it really handles the high-speed corners well, but you have to earn it. The car gets very heavy. I have to really reef on that wheel to get it around. Reef is a strong word, but you feel definitely some added tension in the wheel. But overall, the sensations coming through my CSLDD feel really nice. A lot of suspension information coming through. And a good lap here for me should be high 133s, low 134s. That's on the default setup. And let's check our speed here. 290 up into 7th gear. Just about 300 before we have to brake. And turn 1 here at Mugello, always a challenge. It's got a strange camber to it. This is really one of my favorite test courses because it puts the car through almost everything. There's no true low-speed corners that I could think of, maybe turn 1. But yeah, overall it's just a very demanding circuit. I love taking cars here to test them out. We'll see how the Scuderia Glickenhaus stands up. So going about 95% pace right now. Still just a little bit easy trying to build up just some consistent heat in the tires and brakes, and then we'll start to push. As I say, the target will be a high 133. I know people are going to smoke that. There's probably guys in the 120s, but we'll see. see what I can do. So should be up to temp, ready to go here. And the sounds, if you're wondering, I'm not in love with them. A lot of people really like them. They're not my favorite V8 sounds in sim racing, that's for sure. But yeah, certainly not annoying, not poorly done, just perhaps not my favorite timbre. Alright, so here we go. Starting our first true timed lap here. Start finish line. That last one, a 1:36.931. Just an out lap though. And there's really a lot of both mechanical and aero load through those tires in turn 1. So as I say, I gotta work pretty hard to get that wheel, to hold on to that wheel. And took it a little too easy through that last corner. Keep 4th through here. Just clip the inside there. Try and clip the apex there. Double right-hander, we're gonna keep 5th here. Just the right amount of throttle, hopefully. This is a much trickier one there to get right. I got it decent. So just a few more corners to go here. Look to be on a decent pace. Love that left-right combo. So we get the timing right here on the braking. And we'll cross the start-finish line. So what we're doing here for time, trying for a high 1:33, and we got a 1:33.871. So mission accomplished. See if we can get 2 in a row in the 1:33s. Whoa, little bit of resistance there from the rear tires. Oh, then it made me miss that first corner. That is going to cost me time. So currently down about a 10th. So I'm going to have to find some time here. If not this lap, we'll go one more. Still down a 10th. By the way, I've been obsessing about time and not talking much about how the car feels, and I would say it feels fantastic. I would say that you commenters and the other folks that put this car on their best of 2022 list, we're absolutely right. This car is really nice. Feels excellent. Very easy to hook up in the corners. Alright, so we're up quite a bit on time here. See what we're doing. Should be mid 1:33s. 1:33.394. Not going to try and beat that, but let's see if we can put 3 in a row into the 1:33s. Oh, not like that, I won't. I cannot get turn 2. Brutal. Come on, man. Push, push, push. Up ever so slightly on time. That setting sun looking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Whoa, too much. Gave a bunch of time back there. Slightly down now. Tried to push hard enough to kick the rear tires out, but no luck. This thing just has so much aero grip. Incredible. Woo, that was wild. Ugly turn. Alright, this will be in the 133s. Mid 133s, in fact. 133,664. I think that's good enough. You know what else I think is good enough? This car. Good enough to be on my best of 2022 list. You folks were absolutely right. The car is a blast. A blast. Ultra confident in the corners, super fast in the straights, and just pure pleasure. It's a paid mod, but I would definitely say it's worth that €5 if you're a fan of WEC or anything else that goes obscenely fast. I think you'll enjoy this one. Well done to United Racing Design. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.